This is Keisha with Keisha's Creation, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be creating an apple tree. Yes, a balloon apple tree. I decided to make it as a centerpiece because I'm thinking, what if I had a baby shower of some sort and the theme was the apple don't fall too far from the tree, something along those lines. But I'm going to need your help today with that. I need some ideas on what we can do with these balloon apples. All right, so in the comments I want you all to drop some ideas on how you would integrate these apples, these balloon apples, into an event decor. All right, I'm thinking something along schoolish, baby shower, you tell me. All right, so let's think and brainstorm together. But before we get started, I want to tell you about the materials we're going to be using today. You know, we got to have our good old hand pump, our electric pump. We're going to be doing for this particular piece 8 dark brown 5-inch balloons. I don't know what the name of these brown is, but it's another 8 set. 3 red balloons for our apples, and then we're going to be creating our top or our leaves with a mixture of the light green and hunter green balloons. All right, and then we cannot leave out our waterway. I went on and created one now so that we can have it at the base when we get started. So stay watching, continue to watch it with me, and let's get started creating. All right, so we're gonna get started with our base. We're gonna start with the darker brown, and so I don't have a balloon sizer today. I'm just gonna eyeball it, and if you're getting started, you might not start with the balloon sizer either, and that's okay. Just use, trust your gut, use your eyeballs. You can see it. You just want to be the same size. As you can see, they kind of blow up really quickly. We're just going to deflate them. Make sure they're about the same size. You see that? Maybe I can let out a little bit more here. Boom. Now, we're going to tie them together. Anytime you tie them together, you want to make sure you have crisscross like this, neck to neck, and then wrap 2 times. 1, 2, and then tie a knot, just like you're tying your shoestrings. There you have it. That's a duplet. I'm gonna do it again. Again, we're gonna let out that air. Now you wanna compare it to the one you have here. Just a little bit. Crisscross those necks, make sure they're tight. Wrap twice, tie your knot. So a duplet and a duplet makes a what? Quad. That's how we do our cluster. So I like to think about it as putting it together like a cross, and then you're gonna take these 2 heads and you're gonna cross them twice. And there you have it. That's your first quad. All right, and it is 6 because the structure that we're making today, it doesn't have a stand. This is going to be a freestanding quad. All right, centerpiece. So I'm just going to alternate the colors. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the funky looking brown color. All right, so let's do it. Got a little bit too much air out of that. Blow it up a little bit more. Yeah, that's about good. All right, remember, neck to neck, tie it twice, wrap it twice, and then tie your knot. Now, we're gonna connect these duplet together, of course, to make our quad. And then we're going to connect. I'm going to kind of press down, give it that round shape. Remember, we're not using, I want to make sure that it's the same size. We're not using a balloon sizer today. Just want to make sure we eyeball it pretty good because that's what's going to give your balloon structure the stability that it needs, okay? All right, it's always so important to do that. So it will take you having to take out some air, reinflate, deflate. You kind of go, you know, but the better you get at it, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So again, we're gonna cross it twice, neck to neck, wrap it twice, tie it like you're tying your shoe, duplicate and duplicate makes a what? Quad. 1, 2. Now, we want to connect this quad to this quad. So how do we do that? We're going to take the necks of the balloons, and we're going to connect them to each other. So this neck to this neck. So let's do that. Just like you're tying a shoe. See? They're connected. I'm going to make it flat again and make this one flat. Now, I don't want them to be directly on top of each other like that. I want to kind of turn it so they can sit within the little grooves. And voila, it's going to stand on its own. Now, once we start building it up, I might get a little bit of topsy-turvy. So that's the reason why we have our weight that we're going to put in. Okay? So don't worry about it. No. So again, we're going to continue our pattern. So we have our bark, the tree trunk, if you will. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our leaves. All right, so I have different color green balloons. So I have a hunter green and then a lime green. I did that just to give the structure a little bit of dimension. I am also going to blow the balloons up at a different size. I'm starting out with about 8 balloons, but I'm probably gonna add more. I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear. All right, well, by eye. All right, so let's see. You see, like I might want to keep this one kind of this size and make the other one smaller, but this is what you're gonna call organic. Remember how we tie our balloons, all right? When it's organic, I'm not really caring about the sizes being exactly the same, okay? All right. Just want to kind of look like the trees, because no leaf is ever the same, right? So I don't want any of my balloons to look exactly the same. I'm going to take our duplicates. I'm going to take it and make a quad. Then I'm going to go ahead and start attaching it to my tree trunk. Neck to neck. I'm using the neck to neck method. Some people like to use fishing line. You know, everybody has their own preference. And so I'm just going to use neck to neck method. And then I'm going to start building out. All right. Remember, we push down on it to give it that circle look. And remember, I don't want them to all be the same, so I'm gonna reach down and get my little stash balloons. Because I see I'm gonna need some more. All right. I'm just gonna create as I go. All right, I'm just creating as I go. Neck to neck. Go around twice. Tie that knot. Duplicate to duplicate. Makes that quad. All right. I'm gonna take that one of those necks. I'm just going to find the neck on the inside here. I want to put it on the side of it. No tree is ever the same, right? So the one that I showed you in the beginning, it's not going to look exactly the same like the one I'm creating now. So when you are creating your centerpieces, it's okay for all your trees to look different, all right? I know if you're a perfectionist like me, then you're going to want it all to look the exact same way. But in this instance, you don't have to. So you can take a deep breath and relax a little bit. Change right now. I want to go down a little bit. Take one, another one on the side, connect it, connect the neck. Let's see. starting to get there. What you think? A little bit. Let's go up on maybe some more green up top. Remember, this is freestanding, so it's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. You may want to add a weight to it. The weights can be a little tricky, I'll tell you that. Because you don't want to get too large with your weights. You want to kind of keep them small so they can be hidden, but at the same time anchored at the base. Do larger at the top. Yeah, let's see about that. All right, let's see here, just so y'all can get the concept. I'm just gonna find another neck and connect it onto here. Range it around a little bit. Full? I think it looks full enough. I'm running out of balloons anyway, so I think that's enough. Okay? And so in these little spaces here, probably gonna put our apples there. Alright? Okay. Stay still. Alright. We're gonna connect our apples using the glue dots. Now, today when I was working, I found out, I was like, wow, I don't have to use another 260. I can just use the 5-inch balloon for my leaf that I'm going to be using. Put it right into the other 5-inch red for my apple. So it's cut down on one of the steps. So you can do that. Remember from the previous video when we were making our apples, make sure that doesn't fall. We were making our apples. We want to make sure, take out some of the air. All right, we're going to tie the knot up at the top just to give ourselves some playroom. Remember that. If you didn't see that video, you can go back, take a look. And while I'm doing this, remember, please like, subscribe, comment. My niece tells me that I'm probably saying it out of order, but it's all right. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, so you see my little neck here. I'm gonna take my thumb, I'm gonna push it through, so kind of right in the center. And what I was doing today, I found out that with this, you probably don't want to go right in the center because you want it to be able to sit really like nicely snug up in there. So if you don't get it right in the center, it's okay. All right, so you're gonna grab it, pinch it, grab it, twist. And remember we talked about, you know, using just this 5-inch balloon, your green 5-inch balloon, and I'm gonna wrap it right around there so that I don't have to use another 260. And this can be, like I always say, a little tricky, but it's all right. Y'all can do it. All right, practice makes what? Perfect. There's that perfection thing again, right? You don't have to be perfect. Just keep trying. So, are y'all thinking about the different ideas that you can be doing with these apples and the apple trees? I cannot wait to see the ideas that you come up with. Look at that. Came out. That's just balloons for you. So, let's try it again. This is real life. Put my balloon, grab it, boom. I like that one anyway. I like it better. Don't that look like a little cute apple? All right, so we're gonna take that, wrap it around. You see it? I'm just wrapping it around that hole that I pinched. You may have to have someone help you with it, but it's okay. So remember, Whatever ideas you come up with, please drop the pictures in the comments. Cannot wait to see your ideas come to life, your creations come to life. I know they're gonna be so cute. All right, look at that. Look at that outfit. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? I tell you. All right, let's do it again. I had to use one of my green toppers, so I'm gonna put that one to the side. We're just gonna do 2 apples. All right. Bring it down, tie that knot at the top. All right. Take that thumb, push it through. Remember, it doesn't have to be completely in the center. All right. Turn it. Take your 5-inch ring. Wrap it. Wrap it a couple of times around that little knot, and then tie that knot. Come on here. Be stubborn. Again, this is real life. Get in there. All right. Now, got my little knot. There's that other apple. All right. So, let's look at this. Let's look at our tree. We're going to decide where we're going to put these apples. All right, so where are we going to put these little apples on this apple tree? We got to figure that out, all right? These little leaves are all bubbling up. That's all part of the creative process, getting through that, all right? So I'm just going to peel off my wrap for my glue dots. Put it right on the back here. I like to put a little heat on it because it makes it easier to peel off. Yeah. Go at an angle is better. All right, y'all. So where you want to put the? Want to put it right. Want to think right here. That's fine. It's an apple tree. They grow everywhere. All right. And you see how it's kind of falling over right now, but it's okay. We're going to use our water weight and it's going to secure it down, okay? All right. But that's doing pretty good standing up by itself, all right? So remember, these will be used for me maybe as a centerpiece, and then you tell me where you think you can use it, all right? I'm thinking a centerpiece, maybe a centerpiece at maybe the treat table somewhere, or it could be at the center of each one of the tables where you have multiple trees around. It could be anywhere, but you tell me, where would you use it? How would you use this? All right. Warm it up. Take it off. See how it's lopsided again? You know, want to make sure you can sit it flat in the tree. So I think I want to cover up that piece. I'm going to put it right here. All right, cool. So I'm going to come back and we're going to create the water weight, and then I'll come back and put that inside the bottom so you can see how we can have it all weighted down so it can stand on its own. As you can see, It's standing on its own, but we don't want it to lean. So we're going to create a water weight to make sure that it'll hold up on its own, okay? All right, be right back. All right, so I have my little weight here. It's a little smaller than the original weight that I had, but I'm just gonna tie it on here, neck to neck, like I did with everything else. All right, I'm gonna do it twice. I made it smaller because I wanted to kind of sit up in there and hide. All right, we don't tell people our business. It's a lot of little tricks to the trade here. They wanted to hide in there. All right, and it's just sitting, and I don't want it to topple over. All right, so we have that here. Let me see if I can hide it a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh, ain't right. All right, as you can see, freestanding. All right, so that's what we have, our apple tree. All right, y'all, so here we have it, our apple tree centerpieces. And so I hope you all had fun with that. You can follow along with me if you would like to, or you can go back and watch this video. But just have fun. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, this tree is different from this tree. But just be creative, have fun with it. And then again, tell me how you're going to use it. I was thinking about centerpieces, possibly at a baby shower, but how would you use it, okay? I know it could possibly be also at a back to school event or something like that. But the whole thing is just have fun, love what you do with it, all right? Now, remember, like, subscribe, and comment, all right? And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.